Good morning, students. Welcome to Conditional's particular class on microeconomics, class 11th commerce. So, students, yesterday we discussed in detail about the law of diminishing marginal utility, and when a consumer goes on increasing the stock or goes on consuming the same type of goods one after another, how the resultant marginal utility goes on diminishing. And at the same time, we also discussed about the assumptions that we assume or we take before constructing the law of diminishing marginal utility. So, today we are going to discuss here how a consumer attains equilibrium when he is consuming only one goods. I repeat my statement. How a single consumer attains equilibrium when he is purchasing or consuming a single goods. So the goods that the consumer is purchasing is economic goods. That's why he has to pay for the goods that he is going to consume. So here payment is involved, means when the consumer is consuming, he is gaining some satisfaction, that is gain or something the consumer is receiving, and in return he is paying for the goods that he is consuming. So here both the gain as well as the sacrifice both are involved, and the consumer always would try to bring a balance between the amount he is gaining by consumption and the amount or the thing he is sacrificing when he is making the payment. So when both the forces, that is gain and sacrifice, are balanced, the consumer is said to be attaining equilibrium. So in detail, by giving a particular example, we will try to understand the consumer equilibrium one goods case, and for that we have to prepare an imaginary marginal utility schedule, and we have to assume something like here, for example, the consumer, what he is consuming, the goods that he is consuming is said to be worth 4 rupees per unit. That means here PX stands for price of X, and price of X per unit. X is the goods that the consumer is consuming, and price of X per unit costs him 4 rupees. So 1X, that is 4 rupees. 2X, he is spending 8 rupees. 3X, 12 rupees, and so on and so on. And before going ahead, I think yet another important concept we have to understand, that is marginal utility of money. So it is a little different from the marginal utility, or better to say the utility that a consumer gains when he is consuming some goods and services. So the utility a consumer gains when he makes the consumption is expressed in terms of util. For example, I consumed one banana and I received 8 units of utility, and I can say I received or I gained 8 util of utility. But that is the marginal utility or utility that a consumer is gaining when he is making the consumption. So what is marginal utility of money then? It is, in simpler word, we can define marginal utility of money. It is how much sacrifice the consumer is making, or how much gain the consumer is expecting when he is making a sacrifice of 1 rupees note. It depends upon how much, what is the bundle of goods he is able to purchase when he is spending 1 rupee on the purchase of that goods. Thus, marginal utility of money can be calculated by dividing the price with the utility that he is deriving. Suppose, for example, the consumer is spending 1 rupee to purchase 1 unit of X, and he is getting 8 utils of utility. So here 8 divided by 1 equal to 8. Here the marginal utility of money is 8. Thus, come to the imaginary schedule that we have made here. That when the consumer is consuming the first unit of X, he is getting 8 util of utility. When he is consuming the second unit of X, the utility is reducing because due to the operation of the law of diminishing marginal utility. Here you can notice that as the consumer is increasing his consumption one after another, the resultant marginal utility is going on falling and falling and falling. So, what is the condition of equilibrium when the consumer is consuming one goods? The condition is marginal utility of X equal to price of X. So you can see here the price of X equal to rupees 4. But you can see here in this table, imaginary table, when the consumer is consuming 1 unit of X, he is getting 8 utils. That means it is larger or higher than the price he is spending. But what is the condition of equilibrium? The condition of equilibrium, or the consumer will attain equilibrium when the resultant marginal utility, what he is receiving from the consumption, and the price of the goods become equal to each other. So here the consumer would not stop at 1 unit of consumption because he is spending 4 rupees, but he is getting utility that is 8 util. So the resultant utility is greater than the price he is spending or the sacrifice he is making. That's why he will continue, and as he continues, what is happening? The resultant marginal utility will fall, and you see, as he goes on consuming one after another, the resultant marginal utility is coming closer and closer to the price of the goods. Thus, from the first unit, he is gaining 8 utils but spending 4 rupees. He won't stop here. He will further continue his consumption. When he is consuming the second unit, he is getting 6 utils but he is paying 4 rupees. So, here still the resultant marginal utility is greater than the price. So, the consumer would not stop here. He will extend his consumption. When the third unit of X the consumer is consuming, he is getting 4 utils of utility. And you can see here, the price he is paying, but the sacrifice he is making in terms of money, and the resultant marginal utility of the third unit of X both become equal. And in the diagram also you can see the consumer at point A is spending 4 rupees on purchase of 1 unit of X, but he is receiving 6 utils of utility. He won't stop at A. He will further extend his consumption from A to B. So when the consumer is consuming 1, 2 and 3 units of X, he is getting 4 units of utility, 4 utils of utility. And here the price, the condition is satisfied here. The price of the goods and the marginal utility both are becoming equal. So why the consumer would not stop at point A is quite clear now, because the resultant utility is more than the price. That's why he would continue to consume. But why the consumer would not consume the 4th unit? Here you can see, when the consumer shifts his consumption from point B to point C, the total unit of X he is consuming is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 units he is consuming, and what is the resultant utility? He is getting marginal utility of the 4th unit, that is 2 util, and it is less than the price he is paying for that. That's why he would be at a loss, and he would not continue to consume more after he reaches point B. Hence, point B is the point of equilibrium. Equilibrium is always given the name E, that stands for equilibrium. So thus, in this consumption pattern, our consumer is consuming a goods called X, whose price is 4 rupees per unit, and he is attaining equilibrium at point E, because at point E, the utility, that is 4 util, and the price is also 4 rupees. Thus, this is the process how a consumer actually attains equilibrium when he is consuming one goods. Thus, this is enough for today. Tomorrow we will discuss about consumer equilibrium in case of two goods. That means the consumer, how he will attain equilibrium when he is consuming two different goods X and Y. So in case any doubt, you can contact me, you can call me, you have got my phone number, also you can message me, and please once again I request, feel free to contact me in case of a little doubt also appears in your mind. Thank you and have a nice day.